Hey there buddy, this is Piper here and today we're playing some more Rome Total War. So this is a 3 versus 3 CWB game that was played on Game Ranger a couple of nights ago. We've got myself playing as Carthage, joined by COH Lucius-C-Sulla, and we have a player called RV0 playing as Pontus. The opposing side is mainly two BA members and GoTW Napoleon Bonaparte or NapoleonBorn. So we'll check out the armies and we'll see what everyone's brought. Obviously, we've got Sister Empire is going to be facing Pontus, Armenia, Rome probably, and myself, Macedon. So check out the armies fast before the battle starts. So I've gone with 5 Roundshot Cavalry gold, 3 Numidian mercenaries. I think they're gold as well. 6 very strong pike, I think they're 5 upgrade, and 6 archers gold. Lucius-C-Sulla has 6 archers gold. Very good cataphract. I think the cataphract are, most of them are gold, some are 5 upgrade, 3 pike, 1 peasant. And he also has the 2 units of horse archers. The horse archers are, I think they're gold. They're very powerful, those horse archers. 0, 5 pike. The pike are 5 upgrade, looks like. 6 archers gold. He's gone with 4 scythed, 2 chariot archers, and 2 pontic light. So Macedon's gone with not very good pike. He's gone with 4 pike right there. I think the pike are only 3 upgrade. 5 regular archers and 3 cretans. 3 units of companion gold, 3 units of light lancer. So as the battle's starting, Sulla's brought round his horse archers. I'm giving him some support with my light cavalry. Bozon-Higgs, it looks like he's gone with infantry. So 4 or 5 urbans gold, 4 archer auxilia, 4 regular archer, and 3 cavalry auxilia. I think they're just gold attack. So Sister Empire looks like 6 pike, 5 or 6 pike, gold, 3 militia cavalry, and 5 scythed chariots, no upgrade, and be 6 gold archers and 1 peasant. So I've put light cavalry on both sides. Obviously, gone with more pike than cavalry. So we're going to help both sides with the horse archers. So Sulla's going to try and move around some of his horse archers here, get some side-on shots versus the archers if he can. Obviously, Graf's going to use his peasants. These peasants are really here just to hamper the horse archers. Obviously, Sulla wants to be firing against good targets. That'll include militia cavalry, archers, not peasants. So left hand side, Zero is going to start shooting the archers of Napoleon Bonaparte. He's got a unit of chariot archers around the back as well. So what's actually happened here is I made a massive mistake at the start of this battle. I was helping Sulla with the horse archers, gave him some light cavalry to help out. Unfortunately, I got caught by the militia cavalry right here. I should have really pulled back, and the side chariots are going to go in and destroy the light cavalry right there. So I'm going to pull back what remains of the light cavalry on the right hand side. I've still got a unit of militia Numidian mercenaries and the 2 units of horse archers. Bozon-Higgs is going to move over a unit of auxilia cavalry. So 3 units of militia cavalry and 1 unit of auxilia cavalry. So we're going to try and pull back the Numidian mercenaries, pull back the horse archers, and obviously try and salvage what remains. We'll check out the left hand side. Zero's doing a great job versus the archers. Suffered a bit of damage here, but all these archers are firing versus that unit of chariots, and the same over here. So even though Zero's lost a couple of chariots right here, these archers will have a lot more arrows than the enemy archers. So Napoleon Bonaparte has actually put a unit of pike at the front there. These guys are just here to hamper the chariot archers. It keeps these guys out of Cantabrian circle, and if these guys just touch the pike, they'll go down. So a skirmish battle's happening between Pontus and Macedon. Sulla is on the right hand side with some cataphracts, and I've got a unit of cavalry around the back. So again, I think we were all pretty rusty in this battle. I made a massive mistake at the start with the light cavalry. But again, this was just a fun battle that was played on Game Ranger. So something I would say about this battle, if you look at the armies, normally in team battles, when you play CWB online in team battles, it differs from 1 versus 1. For example, the army you bring versus Macedon 1 versus 1 will be different from the army you bring 2 versus 2. So whereas 1 versus 1, for example, Carthage versus Macedon, you bring obviously 5 or 6 heavy cav, some light cav, pike and slingers. Whereas in this battle, I haven't brought any heavy cavalry. And that's basically because in team battles, you really want to bring the units that your faction is best with. So right here, Zero's going to pull back his Pontic light cavalry, and he's going to pull back his chariot archers. They're actually exhausted, and we're keeping the Numidian mercenaries here as well. And another volley is just going in there from the archers. So like I was saying before, you really want to bring the armies that maximise the faction's advantage. So I've brought 6 units of very good pike. Sulla's brought the cataphract, and our Zero's brought the 5 chariots and the pike, basically the skirmish aspect of Pontus. You tend to find Pontic armies remain the same in team battles in 1 versus 1. So the pike will be effective, and obviously the chariot archers have been very effective versus the enemy cavalry, or the enemy archers rather. Most players when they play Macedon, I'm not an expert CWB, I'm only using my experience, but usually players in CWB playing with Macedon team battles, they bring like 5 or 6 pretty good pike, and then they would bring light cavalry and then possibly heavy cavalry if they have enough denarii. But you really need better pike when you play Macedon in team battles. Sulla using his kata right there, trying to rout the peasants, and that's basically to make it easier for his horse archers to get closer, to get shots in against the Seleucid Empire archers. Another unit of peasants over here. Now these peasants are only, I think they cost 120 for Seleucid Empire. They're actually a pretty good investment. You don't expect to get any kills of peasants, but they're really there to shield better troops. For example, shielding the pike from missile, helping the archers avoid enemy cavalry archers. So we've got a unit of Numidian mercenaries around the back. We've got a unit of Rancho cavalry. These guys are actually hidden from view, and we actually have the disadvantage in this battle now because I lost the light cavalry at the start. That was quite a big mistake to make. The enemy has a massive advantage. Obviously they have the better cavalry, and they will have the advantage with the archers as well. So we have to try and make up for that somehow, but I've actually rewatched this battle replay, and I think the armies that we brought were actually better than the enemies. We've actually maximised our advantages more. I think bringing the extra pike and the better pike was a good move for Carthage. Again, Sulla's got his horse archers on the right hand side, and it's kind of hard for Sulla because he's got that light cavalry there and the chariot archers. He's got 2 units of cataphracts, and these guys are kept in reserve. That's really just to help the horse archers. Zero doing a great job. Got a lot of kills versus Napoleon, and Napoleon's sent his light lancers to attack the Numidian mercenaries, but I think Napoleon actually forgot had a unit of round shield, and 1 versus 1 round shield beat light lancers in a straight up battle. Sometimes light lancers can win if they get a good charge and wedge, but obviously the Numidian plus round shield, the light lancers will not win that. The light lancers are chasing down the other unit of Pontic light cavalry that Zero has, and Napoleon's going to use his unit of his last unit light lancers to attack Zero's archers. This is quite a good play there by Napoleon, but he needs to watch here. There's a lot of enemy troops here. These guys are probably quite close to routing maybes, but they are getting a lot of good shots, a lot of good kills versus the archers, and that was a good play there by Napoleon. So obviously, System Empire is pushing on Sulla. They've got chariots coming in here, and Sulla doing a great job here. Actually saw the chariots coming in here, and he's going to stop shooting the enemy archers and concentrate on flaming arrow shots versus side chariots. I'm going to break off 2 units of Sacred Band, and we're going to help Sulla on this side, and we need to keep these guys away from the urbans. So I think these urbans are probably out with Pila mode. So it's 5 units of 5 upgrade urbans. So Zero is keeping his pike around his archers. He's trying to protect his archers the best he can, get as many shots as he can. And this unit of Royal Pikemen, they're actually routing. So I don't know what happened there. I think maybe some sort of engagement happened there with the pike. I think these guys are still probably out with Pila mode. Or did they throw Pila? Not too sure, to be honest. And the right hand side, we've got Sulla using the horse archers. Got 2 units of round shield cavalry. These guys are on the right hand side. These guys are going to help the cataphract and the horse archers. So I've got 2 units of Sacred Band cavalry. They actually engaged the Silver Shield. They actually did quite a lot of damage to those Silver Shield right there. Obviously the Silver Shield are only 5 upgrade and the Sacred Band are 5 upgrade. But the Sacred Band have far better stats than the Silver Shield. So Zero's putting a lot of pressure on Macedon. Very good use of the light cavalry by Zero, and he still has 4 units of side chariots left. So I'm going to bring over 2 units of light cavalry. Sulla is doing a great job with the archers, really harassing the side chariots, trying to gain the flaming arrow shots. Pushing forward my 2 units of Sacred Band spearmen, and obviously we want to keep the Sacred Band back from the urbans. So you can see here I actually engaged 2 units of light lancers with the hidden unit of round shield, and we're actually trying to gain the advantage on the right hand side here. And right here we see Sulla doing a great job actually firing the flaming arrows versus the Scythe chariots. So that was a great move there by Sulla. Really good awareness on the enemy Scythe chariots. So left hand side we've got Zero's pike are pushing in versus Macedon. And you see here a lot of the Macedonian archers are just routing. More men are coming in, better quality men in the chariots, these guys are routing. And there's still a couple of units of Cretans left. And it says here they're fresh. I'd imagine they're probably quite close to routing when these pike get a bit closer. So we're going to pull back the pike. We don't want to engage the urbans. We're going to put more pressure on the right hand side. Again, Sulla using the archers here, getting some side on hits versus the side chariots with flaming arrows. Left hand side, Zero's really pushing versus Macedon. And again, Sulla doing a great job versus those side chariots. Does he get more and more volley in? Yeah, he gets another volley in against the side chariots. I think he actually shot the archers right there. So to 2 units of Sacred Band Spearmen, got our light cavalry, 2 units of archers, and the horse archers. I think the horse archers are firing versus the archers. So again, Zero doing a great job here. He's actually pushing with his bronze shields, and because Macedon didn't bring heavy pike, he went with the heavy cavalry instead. His pike, they're not the best pike, to be honest, against 5 units of silver against bronze shields, and the bronze shields are 5 upgrade. These guys will lose against that. Got my 2 units of Sacred Band. These guys are moving around with the light cavalry. We're going to keep the pike away from the urbans. Obviously the pike are a little bit weak now. I think they might have taken some pila damage. They might have taken some shots from the archers. Keeping these guys back. And we're going to make a bit of a rush against the flank and the rear of the enemy. So that was a good move there by Graf. He actually kind of outflanked from the inside. He's going to catch that unit of horse archers. They're actually exhausted. They're probably going to rout as well. And his light cav is going to chase down these archers here. So a bit of a mistake there by Bozon-Higgs. He actually charged my light cavalry. And even though the auxiliary cavalry is very good for the price, against all my cavalry and the pike, it's not going to be enough to defeat that. I'm using my Sacred Band Spearmen to try and get some kills on the enemy chariots. Zero's going to push on the right hand side, and he has the bulk of his archers left. I think some of these guys have arrows left. So these guys are going for shots in versus the pike. And there's some enemy Seleucid Empire archers in the back of our forces. So Sulla has his cataphract. His cataphract are fairly fresh, but there's a couple of units of enemy side chariots round about this area. It's got another unit of cataphract on the right hand side. I'm surprised that these guys are actually fresh. Usually cataphract are fairly tired at the stage of the battle. So that was really well played to Sulla, using his cataphract well. Again, I don't know whether Graf has actually ran out of ammunition on these archers, but we're going to use our Sacred Band Spearmen to get kills on these 2 full strength units of Seleucid Empire archers. So Zero's going to move on Macedon on the left hand side. Napoleon's going to withdraw. I'm going to try and take out the enemy archers before the urbans come in. And that's the enemy archers just gone there. I need to withdraw our pike as fast as possible now. The Sulla doing a great job here trying to take out the enemy archers, I think. So these guys still have arrows left. I think Seleucid Empire had arrows left on the archers. Obviously the Urbans and the Silver Shield, the Sacred Band cannot win against all this, so we're going to withdraw the Sacred Band. And the idea here is you want to withdraw your forces, the enemy chases you, the enemy tires more than you, so you actually gain the advantage if you don't engage. So right here, Pontus has engaged Macedon, and Pontus will win this. The pike are better than Macedon. Obviously the Urbans are involved as well, and Sulla, that was a great charge there by Sulla. He's routed a unit of raw pikemen and a unit of Urbans. I'm going to send in my light cavalry, and we've got the enemy Macedonian companions. They're actually fighting one versus one of Sulla's cataphracts. There's not really much Sulla can do here. If he pulls out, he's going to rout. He's probably better just to stay here, try and gain as many kills as possible. Pushing forward with the light cavalry, there's still a large amount of enemy forces left, a lot of archers. Again, these guys have no ammunition left, but they're still quite a big threat to our forces. Bozon-Higgs' unit of auxiliary cavalry, they've came back to try and stop this charge from our forces. And our pike from the back is now gaining some kills on the sides of the Silver Shield. So because all these archers are quite bunched up, it's going to make it a lot easier for us to catch these enemy forces. And we're going to try and withdraw our pike as best as we can. So we're actually able to withdraw most of our forces there. We suffered a few casualties, but most of our Sacred Band was able to actually escape that situation. Our light cavalry's chasing down the enemy archers. What remains of the Seleucid archers? These guys have arrows left. They're going to be chased off the field, and Sulla has a fair amount of cataphract left. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to speed this up. It's basically chasing down a lot of enemy archers. The enemy is obviously trying to reform. The enemy has a good amount of Urbans left. They have, what, three units of fairly powerful Urbans. 3 units of Silver Shield, and they are gold. And they're actually charging versus Pontus. So Pontus is going to withdraw here, trying to escape the situation. Going to try and reform our pike, do an assault at the end. And here we have a charge from the companions versus Cathract. And there's still a fair amount of Macedonian cavalry left. Obviously Zero has 2 units of Civ chariots. Rome is pushing on Pontus, and we need to try and attack as one. So if Pontus engages this, Pontus will lose. So the smart play is to withdraw and then reform at the end. And that's good work there by Zero, trying to mop up any units that might come back from routing. So again, the Rome player is doing his best to try and catch the Pontic spearmen. He's going to have to watch these Slav chariots. They'll do damage to their own troops as well as ours. I think some troops actually go down. There's a guy that's just fallen right there. He gets back up. So there's not really too much left of the enemy forces. There's a unit of light lancers. They're very tired. There's that other unit of companions. There's a lot of enemy forces here. There's 3 units of virtually full strength Silver Shield. Pike 1 is 60, 51, 57. These guys are gold. The Urbans are 33, 31 and 36, but they're exhausted. So that's one of the things we were actually discussing when we got to the situation in the battle. What was the smart thing to do? And we all realised that the Urbans were exhausted. So we decided to attack as fast as possible. So we've got a good amount of Sacred Band Spearmen left. We've got 6 units, but they're not full strength. One's 28, one's 33, 13, 16, 18 and 19. And a healthy amount of bronze shields and light cavalry. So what's happened there is the archers are exhausted. The archers have pretty poor morale as well. I think Pontic archers get worse morale because they're Eastern, but they got too close to the enemy and they were intimidated and they've actually routed. So Sulla has the cataphract. He's got 2 units of cataphract there. He's got some horse archers. I think the horse archers are out of arrows, and the enemy are making a defensive box here. So we weren't too sure if we could win this. The Urbans are upgraded, they're 5 upgrade, they're pretty powerful. So the plan was basically attack as fast as, get the outflank, attack as fast as possible. That was a good move there by Napoleon. He actually caught the rear of that Pontic unit there, and that Pontic unit is actually routing. So we're going to bring back the cavalry, bring over the Pontic pike, and we've got our Sacred Band spearmen. So you check out the stats on the spearmen. They're tired, very tired, exhausted, very tired, tired, very tired. Whereas the Urbans are exhausted. The Urbans have done a lot of running. So even though 1 versus 1 Urbans will beat the pike at normal scale CWB, because these guys they're going to gain the outflank. They're not as tired as the Urbans. They're going to do a lot more damage. So we're going to take these guys out of guard mode. Want to get the kills fast. Putting in everything to attack the Urbans. Zero's going to attack the north area, or the frontal area. Attacks on the sides. Got some cavalry. They're doing a charge here versus the sides of the Silver Shield. That's going to help Zero a little bit. We've got the charge here from the Macedonian cavalry, and I think they get caught by the Pontic Light. So we charged for the Sacred Band, and they've taken out a unit of Urbans, and that's really because the Urbans are exhausted. And sending in the other unit of cavalry, that's actually forced Graf's unit to actually turn there, which helps Zero again. Bozon-Higgs is going to try and outflank a little bit. Got a slight weakness here, but Zero's actually seen that and it's actually pulled back a unit of pike and it's actually caught that unit of Urbans. So we're pushing forward with the pike. This is just like a tank. It's an unstoppable hedgehog with spears. These guys are going to push straight through and gain a lot of kills on Seleucid Empire. So I think Sulla engaged the Macedonian cavalry. We're pushing on the enemy pike, and there's only 1 unit of Silver Shield spearmen. So that'll be a win for our side. That was a really great battle. It's been a while since we've played, or myself and Sulla have played together, and playing a high quality CWB battle. It's been a long time, so that was a really enjoyable battle. Everyone played really well. Really well played to Sulla. I think the main reason we actually won this was Zero played really well and Sulla flamed a lot of the side chariots. So really well played to both players. Really well played to the enemy as well. That was a close victory. Again, fairly balanced on the kill stats. I would probably say that we chose slightly better armies for 3 versus 3. I think going for the better pike is always better with Carthage and Macedon. And I think when you play as Rome, you either want to have really powerful infantry or really good cavalry. I think the enemy side probably should have brought more light cavalry. I think bringing the heavy cavalry, probably System Empire should have brought maybe it's like 6 chariots. Rome, maybe it's like 6 auxilia cavalry. Maybe it's like 2 heavy cavalry possibly. And Macedon really should have brought better pike. There's always different ways of playing CWB. That's why I love Rome 2 War 1 so much. It's a very balanced game, and there's many ways of winning at the game, many different strategies. But I'd probably say that they could have brought better armies for CWB 3 versus 3. But anyway, everyone played really well. That was a close battle. Hope you guys have enjoyed this battle replay. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any battle replays that you want commented on, please send them to me. This is Piper signing off.